I feed my family for $50 a week, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how. Because last Tuesday, I was standing at the supermarket staring at my cart, my trolley if you're in the UK or Australia, bread, milk, a bag of apples, some pasta, and somehow it was close to $45 before I'd even thought about dinner. And I know I'm not the only one. I hear it everywhere. Groceries feel like they've doubled in the last few years. And for a lot of us, that's just not something our budget can absorb. So today I'm going to walk you through the full system, what I buy, how I plan, and the mindset shifts that changed everything for me. By the end of this video, I'll show you the one category where I cut the most, and it's probably not what you'd expect. A few years ago, we hit a rough patch. My partner's hours got cut. A couple of bills landed at once. You know how it goes. I didn't have a budget degree. I just had a family to feed and not enough money to do it the old way. So I got obsessive. I tracked everything, tested everything, failed at plenty of it. But over time, I found a system that works. And the number I kept landing at, week after week, was around $50 for a family of 4. Your number might look different, but the system? That's what I want to give you today. Before I get into the system, let me give you the single quickest change I made. Because it cost me nothing and saved me money immediately. I stopped shopping hungry. I know, you've heard it before, but I mean it. When I tracked my receipts, I was consistently spending $15 to $20 more on weeks I shopped without eating first. Every single time. It wasn't about willpower. It was about the fact that a supermarket is specifically designed to make you buy things you didn't plan to buy. Which brings me to the bigger mindset shift underneath all of this. And I think it's the one nobody talks about enough. Most of us go into a supermarket as shoppers. We browse, we react, we pick up things that look good or feel like a deal. The shift that changed everything for me was deciding to go in as a buyer instead. A buyer executes a plan. They're not there to discover things. They're there to collect what they already decided to get. When I go in with a list, a budget, and a clear picture of the week ahead, I spend about half what I spend when I don't. Not a small thing, that's the entire game. So here's the system. I plan my grocery week in 3 steps. The whole thing takes about 15 minutes on a Sunday. Step 1, I look at what we already have. Before I write a single thing on the list, I open the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. What needs to be used up? What's already there? Half the time I find things I forgot we had. Step 2, I plan 5 dinners, not 7. Because in real life, something always comes up. Leftovers never get eaten, you get invited somewhere. 2 meals a week sort themselves out. If I plan 7 and buy for 7, I'm overbuying. But the worst part is how many vegetables and other perishable items get thrown out later. Because you need use them in meals you planned but didn't make. That is money going straight in the garbage. Step 3, I build the list backwards from the meals. Not we might need onions, but Tuesday is pasta, so I need tinned tomatoes, garlic, and we're out of pasta. Specific, purpose-driven. And then, this is the bit most people skip. I write the approximate cost next to each item. Not exact, just rough. So I know before I walk in whether I'm heading for $40 or $60. And if I'm tracking towards $60, I cut something before I go. Not while I'm standing in the aisle feeling guilty. All right, what actually goes in the basket? The foundation of a budget week is what I call the boring 5. Eggs, tinned legumes, rice or pasta, frozen vegetables, and 1 cheap protein. Chicken thighs, mince, tinned fish, something affordable that stretches. Those 5 things cover the base of most meals. Everything else builds around them. Eggs are genuinely the most underrated budget food there is. Fast, filling, protein. Scrambled eggs for dinner are not a failure. In our house, it's a Tuesday. Tinned beans, lentils, chickpeas, these are your secret weapon. Stretch any meat dish by 50% without anyone at the table noticing. A bolognese with half the mince and half a tin of lentils? Tastes the same, costs significantly less. Frozen vegetables get a bad reputation, but nutritionally, they're often better than fresh. Because they're frozen at peak ripeness rather than sitting in a truck for a week. And they're dramatically cheaper. For fresh produce, I follow the season. In-season produce is cheaper, better quality, and more available. Bananas, carrots, and cabbage are almost always affordable no matter the season. Stone fruits in summer, root vegetables in winter. And then the big one, I buy home brand for almost everything. Tinned tomatoes, flour, oats, pasta. The home brand is frequently the same product with a cheaper label. I'd rather put that difference towards something that actually matters to the meal. Drop a comment right now. What's the one thing that always blows your grocery budget? I read every single one, and I'm building a whole video around your answers. Now I want to be honest about the things that trip people up, including me when I first started. Buying in bulk to save money sounds logical. Sometimes it is. But I can't tell you how many times I bought a giant bag of something to save money, and it went off or we got sick of it. Bulk only works if you will actually use it. The other one is the I'll use it somehow shop. You see something cheap and think, great deal, I'll build a meal around it. And then it sits there for 2 weeks. Don't buy ingredients without a plan. Buy ingredients because a plan already exists. And the sneaky one, convenience adds up. Pre-cut vegetables, marinated meat, ready-to-cook packets. I understand the appeal. Time is genuinely precious. But if you're on a tight budget, the premium you're paying for that convenience is real. Even 2 or 3 of those swaps per week adds up to significant money over a month. Quick wins you can use this week. 1. Eat before you shop. We covered this, but it's worth repeating. Even just a piece of fruit before you leave. 2. Shop with a running total on your phone. When you hit the budget, you stop. Basic. Works. 3. Check the unit price, not the shelf price. It's the price per 100 grams or per liter. That's the number that tells you whether the bigger pack is actually cheaper. Screenshot this next one. It's the tip that surprises people most. 4. Learn 2 or 3 genuinely cheap meals really well, things your family will eat that cost almost nothing. For us, it's lentil soup, egg fried rice, and a really good vegetable pasta. Master them. They're your financial safety net in dinner form. 5. Accept that budget weeks look a little simpler, and that's okay. Some of the best meals I've ever made came from having almost nothing in the fridge and having to get creative. Here's what I want to leave you with. There's a narrative out there that says if you're eating cheaply, you're struggling. That budget food is somehow embarrassing or less than, and I want to push back on that completely. Knowing how to feed your family well on a tight budget is a skill, an actual, valuable, practical skill. It takes planning, creativity, and discipline. Most people who've never needed it don't have it. You're not behind because you're watching a video about grocery budgets. You're ahead because you're paying attention to something most people sleepwalk through. That $50 number? It's just where I started. But the system behind it, the planning, the boring 5, the buyer mindset, that's what changed everything. And it works at any budget level. If you found this useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos on how to keep more money in your purse or wallet. And next week, I'm covering 19 things I stopped buying that actually made life better, so you won't want to miss that one. And drop a comment with the one thing that always blows your grocery budget. I'm building my next video around your answers. Thanks for watching. See you then.